All this time, the Invisible Man had been hiding inside the lab, secretly listening as everyone planned how to stop him. Before they could make a move, he went straight to the owner's house. At that moment, the owner noticed the phone line had been cut. As he stepped outside to check what was going on, the Invisible Man suddenly attacked. He shoved the owner into the swimming pool and held him underwater until he drowned. Not long after, the team learned about the owner's death. They immediately knew who was responsible. A female scientist and one of her co-workers tried to leave the lab and call for help, but the Invisible Man had already changed the security code. Everyone was trapped inside, and the phone lines had been cut as well. Just then, a female employee stepped out to use the restroom. As soon as she put on her special goggles and opened the door, the Invisible Man suddenly appeared right in front of her and attacked. Hearing the noise, everyone rushed over, but it was already too late. That's when they realized the situation had completely spiraled out of control. It was obvious the Invisible Man wasn't going to stop until everyone in the lab was dead. With no other choice, the survivors grabbed whatever weapons they could find and prepared for one final fight. But the Invisible Man had the advantage. Hidden from sight, he easily overpowered them one by one. Xiaomei suddenly noticed a strong smell nearby. Thinking it might expose him, she poured tomato juice all over the floor around her. Unfortunately, it didn't help. The Invisible Man still reached her in an instant and took her down. Within minutes, most of the team had already been killed. Even the strongest scientist couldn't stop him and was quickly taken out. The Invisible Man then locked the last two survivors inside a large freezer. Luckily, the woman refused to give up. She pried off the metal handle, wrapped electrical wires around it, and built a powerful magnetic tool. Using it, she managed to pull open the heavy steel freezer door. At the same time, the Invisible Man had already set the laboratory on fire, planning to destroy every piece of evidence. But just as he was about to escape, the woman rushed in carrying a flamethrower. Without saying a word, she blasted him with flames. As the fire burned away his fake silicone skin, she immediately turned a high-pressure fire hose on him. The water outlined his invisible body, making him much easier to see. Even then, she still couldn't beat him alone. At the last second, her co-worker showed up and knocked the Invisible Man to the ground with a metal pipe. The two of them took off running as fast as they could because the entire laboratory was already exploding around them. Just as they were about to escape, the Invisible Man grabbed the woman and pulled her toward the collapsing floor. She reacted just in time and grabbed onto a hanging cable. The Invisible Man lost his grip, fell into the burning lab below, and was finally consumed by the flames. That's how the movie ends.